welcome to the Career Corner. My name is Heather Swift, and I'm delighted to be your host. The purpose of the Career Corner is to help people move from career distress to career success. Today, we'll be talking about how to be your own CEO and make money out of your own home via network marketing. Today, my guest is Kanani Briggs, who's an Arbonne consultant. Kanani, welcome so much to the Career Corner.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So I thought it might be a good question to first dive into what exactly is network marketing, because I know what it's not, but some people may not be as sure of that language and how to know the differences.
Right, that's a great question because, to be honest, I didn't know really what network marketing was either until it was explained to me. And really, network marketing is just an alternative way of getting products to people. So versus a traditional method of getting products from a wholesaler through a bunch of different channels till it ends up on the retail shelf, network marketing basically just cuts out the middleman, goes directly from manufacturer to the person that's going to use the product through a channel of distributors or consultants like myself.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, what else were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say that it uses word of mouth as the primary means for advertising the product. And the power of the word of mouth referral is so strong, and companies are starting to really recognize that. As a woman, we often, and men, but we often share everything that we love.
We are much better at it than men, though. Yeah.
We Facebook, we call our friends, you should go here to get your haircut, you should go here to get your nails done.
I think we also put it out there on Facebook, hey, who knows this or who can help me with that, and we respond more. I cannot remember one time my husband asked me anything on Facebook. You know?
Right. No, that's not a guy thing, I don't think.
No, not so much.
But yeah, so companies are recognizing that women really, the word of mouth referral is very strong. And if somebody tells you should try something, you're much more likely to try it than if you were to read about it, see it on TV, or read about it in an ad.
No, that's an interesting angle. Why do you think companies prefer to do it that way instead of opening up shop? Is it to save kind of like the real estate costs or the hassle? Because they could make money either way, but why do you think companies would choose to do it via a great person like yourself?
Right, I think it's twofold. So I think it's definitely a cost savings. So when you cut out, you're not paying a celebrity spokesperson to tell you how fantastic the skincare is or lipstick is. You're not paying that for the advertising campaigns. You're saving a lot of money. You're able to put that back into the product to make better quality products. And then also, because of the power of the word of mouth referral, they recognize that if they can get a channel of distributors who are telling their friends and building a network of people that really are going to use these products because of that referral, it's much more effective.
Now, you came from the business background.
Yes.
You were in pharmaceuticals
Yes.
for many years. And what element of pharmaceuticals were you in? What was your main function?
Right, so I started in sales. I started with a company called Ortho McNeil, which I sold women's healthcare products.
Okay, so interesting. So you kind of stayed in the family of?
Yes.
Okay, that's neat.
And then I moved to a company called Roche, and I was in their diagnostic division and focused on selling the blood glucose monitors that check when you have diabetes, that check your blood sugar.
So you became a mama bear and took some time out to help with the little people and do that most important job.
Right.
And why did you decide not to dive back into corporate America? Was it because of the lack of work-life balance, or how did you know that you were ready to maybe try something different instead of going back to what you had done?
Right. It's, it was kind of an evolution. So when I had my first son, I was determined. I thought for sure I was going to go back. There was really no question. Well, I should say that before I had him. In my mind, I was determined.
Note to self,
I was going back. There was no question that I wasn't going to return to work. And then he was born. And as the day, which was circled on my calendar, got closer and closer to going back, I started having these anxiety attacks. What about this? And what about this? And really crying. And just, I had not expected it. It was very emotional. And so my husband and I made, we got the pen and paper out to figure out if we could do it without me going back. And we made the decision that I wasn't going to go back. I called my employer and said, I just, can't do it. They were fantastic and said, let's work something out. And they were willing to give me part-time from home, which was wonderful. So I was able to do that with my first son. Then another one came along, and the company wanted me to go back full-time, which I did for a year, and it was really difficult. The travel, my husband traveled, I traveled. nanny issues.
Yeah.
One left,
There's
got
so much
married.
logistics. There's so much logistics. And you don't really know that until you start making little people, and you're like, oh, there's a lot to this whole thing.
I don't think you really realize how it's going to affect you until you're in it at that moment. So when I decided that, the full-time just wasn't working, I had always wanted to own my own business, but it's difficult to own your own business. When you really look into it, if you look at franchises,
oh my gosh,
it's a huge investment. And you basically,
loans.
That's your life.
Yeah, yes,
you're going to live
absolutely.
there. You live and breathe by a restaurant or any kind of franchise. So we looked at that and decided that wasn't it. I loved giving back. We looked at nonprofit work. And I did that for a while and still was feeling a little unfulfilled. And then I found out about network marketing through another friend. And I did a lot of research on network marketing and really decided, I wish that I had known about it sooner, because it really seemed like the perfect blend for someone who wants to own their own business, but not the investment of either time or money, not the huge investment that you have to make, but yet maintain the flexibility of working from home.
And if we wanted to just mention some of the first names in this industry, just so people are like, well, what are they talking about? That would be what, like an Avon, a Mary Kay.
Right.
What's the cleaning product company?
Amway.
The Amways.
Yeah.
And then, so you're with Arbonne.
I'm with Arbonne.
And how long has Arbonne been around?
Arbonne has been around for 34 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All through this kind of channel?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Right. And most people haven't heard about Arbonne yet, mostly because so we have less than 1% of brand awareness because we are sold through distributors and consultants, and we're growing. It's an explosion of growth right now. Because of our product mix and the type of products we offer.
And what kind? We got to give you a little time here to talk. So I'm curious. So what kind of products do you offer? Like why would someone come to you versus some of the different ones? What's unique about it?
Right. Well, it's interesting because when I was looking at network marketing, so we were sold. My husband and I were sold on the concept of network marketing. We really like this. This is it. So now you have to go and find the right company.
Okay.
Because it's really important.
It sounds like you guys went about it the right way.
I mean,
yeah, you know what I mean, because you did your due diligence, you did your research. That now you're thinking, okay, this could fit our lifestyle. It fits me. You are a businesswoman. You have the sales skills, obviously.
Right.
So I bet you're just knocking the socks off of this. And then to find what you could really put your own brand behind, because when we are selling, I've been in sales for oh my gosh, like 20 years now, I guess almost. I guess 17. But you're wearing what you're selling, and your brand is on these things, or on the people, or on the product. So it's real important that it is aligned with your personal values, your personal, situation, and what you can stand behind.
Absolutely, and that's really important in network marketing, or in any kind of sales. It's really important because if you can't get behind the product, or if you don't see a real need in the market for it, it's going to be really hard to sell the product. So we did our research, and I really looked at different companies. And I liked the fact that our products were vegan, botanically based, very pure, no harmful chemicals, toxins. They're gluten-free, which my son had just been diagnosed with a gluten intolerance, so that was kind of important to me at the time. And so I felt like these were products that my network and people that I knew would really get behind because, and then we also had anti-aging, which sadly, we're in the age of the wrinkle creams. So
do you have any in your purse you could share?
I do, yes. So I knew these were products that people that I knew would really be excited about and interested in. Okay. So that's important to find the right mix of products that really matches with who you are and who your network is.
How when you were doing your research, how were you finding like what the pay could be versus the output? Because clearly you kind of have to invest a certain amount for any opportunity. It doesn't matter what it is, upfront to put some skin in the game.
Right.
And then to be able to kind of sell that or get people interested and also distributing. What is the kind of ramp up time until people can be making some money where it's making an actual dent in the household tax, or even paying your taxes in Maple with South Orange, for instance.
Right. Yeah. So I would say there's an average. We say it's the 1, 3, 5, 7 rule. First year to become profitable. Third year to really be able to replace a full-time income. 5 years to really be at the top levels of the company, making 6-figure incomes. And then 7 years to really be kind of a master and that's across the board of all network marketing. And I found that to be About right for the average, although there are exceptions. There are people that come in to this business and do very, very well. They're very, very motivated by whatever the reason is. Maybe it's because they really hate their job and they want to be home with their kids, and they get to a replacement income level within 6 to 10 months. So, but that's the exception. I would say the sticking with the 1, 3, 5, 7 rule is probably a smart way to think about it, particularly if you're still working a full-time job while you're building this alongside, which is what 90% of network marketing people are doing, building it alongside of full-time before they, it's a plan
B. It's like a safety net.
Exactly.
In that way.
It's a plan B that can become a plan A.
And I guess with network marketing, the good part is too, it's not like you, it's not like being an actress or a model or something like that where only a certain age can be in it. But even in marketing and certain brands, magazine sales, it's a lot younger population. So you can grow out of that and all of a sudden feel like a grandma at 37 or something, So.
What's great about network marketing, I have people on my team who are freshmen in college that are doing it to supplement versus waiting tables.
Oh, nice.
And then I have retired teachers
I wish I would have been all over that when I was in school. Totally.
Yes, I think it's fantastic. And you know what one of the moms said to me, which was great? She said, my initial investment is less than I pay for a college course, and I feel that my daughter will get a better education running her own business, learning how to market herself, than necessarily sitting in a classroom for a semester.
Yes, it will be a whole different business experience because she has skin in the game and she's seeing immediately the rewards of her efforts, or
lack of.
Yes, or lack of, absolutely. If you're not calling and working it, then you're seeing, this is a really low month, right? So it can be a change in that way. So we'll be taking a break in about a minute here. So when we come back, how about if we talk to some tips for maybe researching your own network marketing, and maybe some success stories for your own about some practices you have, because when you are working from home, you have to manage your time and your schedule and your priority list and getting to those things that we may not want to get to, but we have to.
Right.
What's beneficial versus what's necessary versus what feels good and easy, those kinds of things. So can you share some of those with us when you come back?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So please stay tuned. We'll be back with Kanani Briggs very soon after this quick message.
Local government, local educational institutions, and local community members all use cable access TV to communicate their message. They depend upon it as an affordable means of outreach. Public educational and government access television empowers local government agencies, individuals, and groups to use the media to speak directly to their constituents in a more direct and cost-effective way. Make sure everyone has a voice. Support your local PEG channels.
Hi, welcome back to the Career Corner. My name is Heather Swift, and I'm here today with Kanani Briggs, independent consultant with Arbonne. Thank you for being here. Let's dive into another question. If we could discuss some best practices that you've discovered through your mentors, through your upline, or perhaps through your own day-to-day experiences of what has made you successful or what could have set you back if you didn't kind of adjust and fix things. I'm sure it's been a real learning curve jumping into it, and now being a year plus in, I'm sure that you're at a different place now than you were when you first began. Is there any tips you could share with us tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely been a journey. And network marketing is a skill. It's skills that you have to learn. They're not necessarily, you may be able to build off of some of the skills that you have, but you really have to educate yourself. And that's one of the things that I did right away, was really educate myself on the industry and on talking to people about the industry, building my confidence and knowledge about it so that I could speak to people and share what I was doing, because that's the biggest thing you have to do in network marketing is open your mouth and tell people what you're doing, because you're looking for both clients and you're also looking for partners who might want to do this with you. So if you're not able to really speak with authority and with confidence and with belief in what you're doing, you're not going to be very successful in attracting people. So I read a lot of books.
Can you think of any titles that were?
Yeah, there was one, I love The 4-Year Career, which is a great book. I think it's by by Richard Brooke.
And now, is it specifically about network marketing?
It is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a great book, and I gift that to all of the new people that join my
smart.
team because I love it.
Now, how big is your team right now?
So we have about 29 people.
Ooh, that's
on
a
the
good-sized team.
Yeah, it's great. And what's great is it attracts people who have different goals. Some people are in it for some extra spending money, a few $100s a month. Some people are looking for a hobby to do on the side. Other people are really, as we talked about earlier, looking to really replace a full-time income and really give themselves choices and flexibility.
Yeah.
So I read a lot. My other favorite is The Flip-Flop CEO. I love the title because I love what it brings up in your mind.
Yes.
That you're a CEO of a company, but you're in your flip-flops and possibly on the beach.
Yes. That's
while
a
you're
very
running
happy
this company.
thought,
Yes.
yeah.
So that's a good one. But there are several books out there, and then also a lot of personal growth, which I was really surprised that is such a big part of network marketing. But it really is a big part of it. And you're told to read, you listen to seminars, there's a lot of training within all of the companies about growing as a person and as an individual, which is great because that bleeds over into every part of your life. And I really feel like it's made me a better person overall. And that's what network marketing, it's very much, it's empowering. They want you to be the best version of yourself.
That's a great goal for all of us.
Exactly.
What areas have you found that it has the nuances? Because obviously you already are a great person, but as far as relationship with spouses or friends, or you're being a mom, how have you noticed this kind of leak over in a positive way?
What's been what I've loved the most is watching my kids respond to what I'm doing. So this is kind of bringing the work home. So they know that daddy goes to work. They probably don't really have an idea of what daddy does, but mommy is working. They see me working. They hear me talking about it. So they're very interested in what's happening. They ask me when they come home from school, how'd you do today, mommy? Did you make any Arbonne sales, mommy?
That's so cute.
And they know where I am on, as I elevate in ranks with the company. Mommy, are we that much closer to this or that? Are we going to win that trip, mommy? And they're very into it, but they also see the other side of it. When I miss my goal for the month, and we talk about it. What does mommy do? Does mommy stomp her feet and slam her door and I quit? Or does mommy figure out
grab her bottle of wine and go to her room like every mommy should?
Right. Mommy needs a timeout. But they see that I just look back and see what I can tweak and you keep going. So I love that it teaches them, because our kids, sadly to say, my kids, it's all about immediate gratification. They don't really work toward
that
things.
Is just the people we've given birth to, I think.
Yes.
Because of the iPods and everything.
Exactly.
It's just a whole different way.
And so teaching them the importance of setting a goal and working towards it.
And sticking to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that lesson.
Most good things that you have to work towards, they don't come in the overnight. That's why people say, oh, they were an overnight success. Well, after 20 years of hard work, they weren't overnight success, So that's neat that the lessons are so palpable being in the home.
Yeah.
And how old are your little guys?
So they're 8 and 11.
Okay, so they're becoming conscious enough to be able to realize what you're up to.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's very neat.
So it's been great. But just overall in relationships, I think it's helped. It just helps you to...
Imagine, too, even your self-esteem of just knowing who you are more and being able to really verbalize.
Right. And these companies are fantastic about making you feel like you're a rock star. They are all about the recognition, and that's, all of these companies are very big on, because so much of it is determined, your success is so determined by you and your motivation. You don't have a boss. So nobody's calling you every day to say, how many calls did you make? Or, did you do this? So you really have to get up and want to do it for yourself. So they reward you for that. They recognize the effort that it takes, and they reward you, which is nice. Because as a mommy, although there are rewards, many rewards, they're not... we don't get that pat on the back for that as much, that's for sure.
Not as so this is a beautiful entree into the next question of, so how do you manage your day? How would you share some tips for people that maybe just be launching this, or that maybe are seeing this, that are part of your team? What are some best practices for time management?
Right. The key is consistency. So when people get involved in these businesses in the beginning, they're just totally gung-ho, and they just talk about it all day long, and that's all they want to do. and you get burned out very quickly doing that. You have to carve time aside that is going to be just working on your business. Look at your calendar. We say take your calendar out, put on all your must-dos. Have to take the kids here, have to go to this recital, have this doctor appointment, block all that time out, have a full-time job, and then find the pockets where you can fit your business in.
Do your phone calls, your emails,
exactly,
your research, whatever.
and stick to that. And so for me, I'm a very disciplined person. So I would just, every Monday morning, I would have my list of 10 people that I wanted to speak to that week. And I would start off Monday morning and, kind of attack my list. And I had my set hours of time that I could work my business, and I've stuck with that. And I think that makes a big difference, because then you don't get burned out. It's something that you can stick with over the long haul, because it's not, like you said, it's not a get rich overnight. It's something that you do have to work at, and when you can do it consistently but not constantly, that's a big difference.
Yeah, consistently and constantly. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
No, that's very good advice. How do you balance reaching out like to friends or people to share versus become a stalker?
Right.
And I have a girlfriend in sales also, and we always joke, it's not stalking if you really like them.
Right.
Because you want to have users, and not everyone's. Some people just want to buy the product.
Yep.
Other people will want the business opportunity. Not everyone may want all of that. Depending on their
Right.
situation, as you mentioned before. But how do you kind of approach that subject so people are never like, oh no, I don't need any more lipstick. And they're happy to see you, knowing that you're respectful of the boundaries, because that's
Right.
a fine line, and you have to probably teach that to the people that are part of your team. But it's also probably just a feeling that you have too, as a
Right.
person.
I think that's such an important, I'm so glad you brought that up, because that actually is probably the biggest reason that keeps people out of network marketing, is because they're worried that they're going to be the person that their friends all turn and run when they're walking down the hallway or down the street.
I don't need any more Amway. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly. So they worry about that. And I just feel like you just have to be respectful. You have a relationship with that person, whether they're a friend or a neighbor or a family member, and you approach them, you let them know if it's really truly genuine and you're excited about what you're doing and you just want to share your excitement about it, or you're excited about your products and you really think those products could benefit the person, as long as it's coming from a genuine place, I think people respect that. They respond to that. And then if they say no, it's no. If they say no, please, I'm really happy with the skincare I use, then I don't keep calling them about my skincare. I may call them about shampoo, but I don't call them about that. But you just have to be respectful, and you can kind of get a sense from people when you've pushed a little too far. And I do joke with them. There are people that I really feel so strongly that they should be involved in this business, and I say, oh, it's your friendly stalker, calling. Yeah. And if you have that kind of relationship, it's fine. But to date, I have not lost any friends. I've actually, my circle has widened.
Yes, that's a very good sign.
So
congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
That's very good to know. But yeah, that is a fine line. And some people, if they're not conscious of that, I could see them being, because not everyone is as conscious, as the next person. So
yes, and that's true. And there are people in every company that maybe take a much more aggressive approach. Yeah. And I just don't feel. I feel that is not about the other person. It becomes then about you. It becomes about
making that number at all costs.
Right. And that's a short-term strategy. You want to keep and maintain relationships. That's what this is about. It's building relationships that are mutually beneficial with people.
And I think a large part of all these great companies that are using network marketing, I am part of one that has a product called Zeal, which is just an energy type drink, which I love, and has not been sick all season, which has been so fabulous. But you have to believe in what you're taking or what the product is, because otherwise I think that really speaks for itself.
Right.
So it kind of takes you off the hook a little bit when you're like, hey, I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, and I can give some credit to this right here.
Absolutely.
To help just kind of empower people with some knowledge, can you explain what a pyramid scheme is and why network marketing is not a pyramid scheme? Because they're two extremely separate things, and I think when people aren't educated, network marketing can get a bad rap when it also is an awesome opportunity.
Right, I do get that question a lot. Is that one of those pyramid things? And first of all, the main difference, pyramids are illegal, and they are typically, they have been when no product is exchanged. It's just been an exchange of money or funds, but no products. So a legitimate network marketing company is a product company. You have a product that you're selling, you're building a team of people, and what's great about network marketing is that everyone comes in at the same level and everyone has the same opportunity to reach the top of the company. So it's not one person at the top and then making money off of all these people, and these people will never get up to the top. It's actually the opposite. We want as many people.
It's like the inverse pyramid almost,
exactly.
right?
We want as many people at the top as possible, and I call it like the barrel of monkeys. It's like you latch onto me and I'll pull you up, and you latch on to the next person. And it's very much about really everyone going to the top together.
Oh, that's nice. That makes a lot more sense. And I think, too, when you know that you're getting product for your money and there's actually great, whether it's skincare or vitamins or makeup or whatnot, that kind of takes out the question or the problem in that way. So if people were wanting to get started on Arbonne or any other organization, what would be the first steps for them to do?
So they should research the company and find the products that they would really can get behind. They should look for products that are consumable, because that builds a residual income. When the product runs out, they need to reorder it from you, so that builds residual income over time, so you're not constantly finding new customers. They should make sure it's reputable and been around more than 5 years. A lot of new companies are coming up, and you just have to be careful.
Do your homework.
Yes, do your homework on the companies, and make sure it's internet-based, so that you're not, ding dong, here's your product delivery. Make sure that all the products can be shipped to the person. But they should really research when they find their company, contact the company, and they'll put you in touch with the local person. If it's Arbonne, you can contact me. Yes.
And we have your website right here
fantastic.
on the screen, so people can reach you. So we're about out of time now. Thank you so much for being our guest and for sharing your wealth of information with us today.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun.
Absolutely. I'm so glad. And thank you all for joining us today. We hope to see you again very soon. Check us out on YouTube. We have lots of different topics and fabulous interview guests for you to learn from. And until we meet again, I wish you much career success.